Here's the deal. Millions of miles traveled across the globe. Thousands of concerts attended. Hundreds of thousands of records and concert tickets sold as a music store owner. Some people listen to music. Some actually live the life and survive to tell the tale. This is the autobiographical life story and rock and roll adventures of Max Baker Jr. Sponsored by MedCards Made Easy. Visit MedCardsMadeEasy.net and the fabulous Baker Boys. Always hiring. For more information, call 405-417-7656. This is the Here's the Deal podcast with Max Baker Jr.
I am Max Baker Jr., and this is my story. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Here's the deal.
What's good? My name is Yellow Wolf, Catfish Billy, and here's my pool stick in your grill, and here's the deal.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Jelly Roll, and here's the deal.
Hello, I'm Charlie Crockett, and here's the deal.
Yo, this is Big Dad Rich, the Band of Outlaws, THC, Texas Hippie Coalition. And
Here's the deal.
Hey, this is Jeff Keith from Tessa, and here's the deal.
Hi, this is Joey Ramone here, and when I'm in Oklahoma, I party with Mad Max.
We're back with another episode of the Here's the Deal podcast, the Max Baker Jr. story.
It's like we never left.
I know.
Do what?
He's over in Max's world.
I was just thinking,
What were you thinking?
Back to my health and talking about it. Once we got past the Charlie Crockett one, had to come home and things are getting a little better, building up some strength, starting to work out. Then my leg gave out, scraped it, and kicked me out the 2 weeks off the swimming deal. I've been able to go swimming.
Is that before or after you fell and cracked your knee? You fell that one day and cracked your knee, and you said you could hear it
it
crack.
just gave out. But, I thought, and plus the month of May turned us into graduations and do what the Baker Boys do. Sun's coming out, so here we are. We're out rocking and rolling. But there came a concert come up at Billy Bob's that I wanted to go to. I don't know why. I just wanted to go to it. So
Man, that was a good call.
I bought tickets to Jelly Roll at Billy Bob's.
So it was Jelly Roll headlining, correct?
Yes,
Correct.
It was a
benefit.
It was a benefit for the veterans.
It was first responders of 911, wasn't it?
I think so. I thought it was veterans. But anyway, it was during the week when they had the American Academy of Music, country music in Frisco.
Guys, it helps if I put on the right headset.
You're being very distracted over there.
I was like, what was going on? No, I put on the headset that Aaron was wearing earlier, and I was like, why does this sound so weird? So the Academy of Country Music Awards? Is
yes.
that okay, so at the same time as, what was the deal that was at Jerry World where Kid Rock and Jelly Roll?
That was a weekend. That was that coming up after that weekend.
Okay,
So
not the same
this
weekend.
was on a Tuesday.
Okay.
Then they were doing the awards on a Thursday. So they had all
Gotcha.
that time. Well,
Billy Bob's is in Fort Worth.
Yeah,
the other deal was in Frisco, right?
The Billy Bob singing probably, but I don't know about the Jelly Roll Kid Rock deal.
No, but
a lot of things happened that week.
The CMA was in
So
Frisco.
we ended up going there and to see it.
And there was all sorts of special guests on this show,
Dude,
right?
It was sold out. And
But these guests aren't on the normal Jelly Roll tour. This was specific for this charity and Billy Bob's and all that.
We had went there and we got something to eat before, and I'm telling you, the place. Want to talk about a rib? They had a rib.
You got the beef ribs.
At the place we ate before? That's next door to Billy Bob's?
This jelly show, line was long. and we saw the police motorcade coming, and we're waiting in line to get in, and all of a sudden
they're honking horns and
they're
flipping sirens.
honking horns and all that. So here comes this black SUV the cops in front of. It's freaking Jelly Roll driving.
Going through the
into his own
stockyards.
gang.
Into the stockyards in Fort Worth.
So we go inside with people everywhere. He takes the stage.
I mean, there's a lot of people in
And
Billy
it's
Bob's.
just, he takes the stage. But the coolest thing about it was we're sitting in a club, Billy Bob's, Texas, 6,000 people. Jeff, my witness, and out of the blue, somebody comes up and says, "Hey, do you have a podcast?"
It's true.
And I said, "Yeah, I sure do." "Is your name Max?" "Yeah." And it was a guy named Waylon Clark.
You know
Yeah,
Waylon?
yeah.
Subsonics.
He's got Glamour.
Yep.
That club down there.
Yep.
But somehow or another, he was tied in with the people doing the charity. But like I said, just the whole, I've been down on myself, beating myself up, trying to get healthy and then get kicked back down, and trying to keep a great mental state. Going to these concerts have really been good and helping me heal. And plus, it keeps my mind, something that I like. But to have a guy like that out of the whole place tell you, "Hey, I listen to your podcast, it's funny," it means a lot to me. And that was, so here comes Jelly. He's out there ripping it up. And then all of a sudden you got these guests.
Yep.
You've got, what was that guy's name? Shabuzi had the number one song out, and he comes out and does, the things about those kind of shows is that I'm learning is, like if you're in a rock band and you want Slash to play with you, it's unheard of. But if you're doing Jelly Roll and you want, say you have connections to where you've got, that night that dude Shabuzi had the number one song on rap.
He had the country artist.
Then they had another guy, I forgot his name, but he was acoustic.
Young country.
He had the number one song on
like Dustin or Dylan
on there, and then at the end he blew it away when he brought out Lainey Wilson to sing the song with him, and it was like very big. And when you left that show, we left that show and it was just a good feeling.
He even did a Toby Keith song.
And so, yeah, he did do a Toby Keith song.
Wow.
But
I think we have a video of it somewhere.
The crazy part about it was we're in the car and
back behind Billy Bob's so we were leaving. Yeah.
So Jeff asked me, "Hey man, these people want to talk to you about your lift on your chair."
Well, explain what you're talking about. So on the back of his truck, instead of having one of those rickety things on the back, he's got an actual lift now that will actually pick his chair up and set it in the truck. It's really nice and so these
easy to maneuver.
Yes.
If once I get able to walk and do my own, it'll be simple. But I say, "Sure, no problem. I'll talk to whoever." And it was this kid, and he rose up in his wheelchair.
Maybe mid-20s. Right? Mid-20s, late 20s maybe?
Yeah, mid-20s. He rose up in his chair, and we get to talking.
Now, he's in a more elaborate chair than you. He's got a...
He when I say he's in a chair, he can't move his hands. He can't feel nothing. And I learned all this on the fly. And you want to talk about getting humble? You want to talk about having a message sent to me through someone else? No matter how bad I thought I had, and I get to talking to this kid, and he's just a kid who likes music. Jeff and them are back there in the back talking to his parents. I don't know what's going on. And, I helped the kid out. He asked a real funky question. And, but the thing about it was
He picked you out.
it was seeked out, it seemed like, and just kind of an event-changing thing, because it was very, very touching to me by what Jeff and Dylan said. His parents said, this was a kid that, like his mother said, at one time he had everything. He was riding in the car with somebody who had a wreck, and
it was like right before his kid was born, and the girl, he had plans to get married, and she was pregnant, and the whole 9 yards, and then this happened to him, and like his whole world fell apart,
upside down.
Wow! But here's the thing, it's like I've seen so many times, these people that life has done these things to them, and when they can still get out and enjoy the music, it's part of the healing process, and him and Max bonded, and I think Max shared some medicine with him.
And big shout out and kudos to his parents for taking him to see live music and not just keeping him cooped up.
Not only taking him to see live music, but not like when the show's over, we're wheeling you in the car and getting down. I mean, this kid was on a mission. Me and Jeff found out he was on a mission.
He was looking for medicine,
and he was looking for medicine.
And his parents are out there telling him,
and they're telling Jeff he always finds what he's looking for out there in the parking lot. And how he got me off guard. He goes, man, he's like, we're talking about the lift, and then he said, I sure like smelling what you got in your car.
Or I like the way your truck smells or something.
And I was like, what?
Max like, so do you want some? Oh yeah.
But I mean, hey, if it helped him for the moment of the day, I took his phone number.
Yeah, and you told him that next time we do a show down there.
He just knew. He said, "You're a singer." I said, "No, I'm not. Play me some of your songs." And I'm like, "I'm not that guy. I got a band."
He goes, "You got something to do with music."
I mean, he was dead set on I was a performer or whatever, and I played Tim the Hippies, and he was all about it, But I mean, just the whole idea of seeing Jelly Roll. First off, what he's about, how if you truly believe, you can overcome, and success is not far off.
Right.
And then, being able to have a conversation with somebody that if you think you got it bad, by looking at the person, knowing you're blessed.
Right.
That's.
But it's neat that people won't stay in their house, that they do come out and do enjoy the shows. I mean,
because Max, if you're left alone and you're left at home cooped up and never go anywhere, you're not only are you not going to get better, you're going to get worse. You're going to regress
because you're not growing. You're not. Right. You're not doing any.
You're not stimulating those synapses in your brain that trigger happiness, like when you go to a concert, live music does.
Well, see, I think that's kind of helped Max heal because, he'll want to go to a show, and that show will be out there on whatever date, and so he focuses on getting to that date, and whatever crap he's got to go through between here and there, he's focused on the date of going and seeing that show, and if that's what makes him heal.
Get after it.
It's working,
Yeah.
And so then, we went to Houston. Houston wasn't. Then here come now. Now it's summer. It's stadium time. It's time for the Fabulous Baker Boys to shine and do some show business.
So we got to go down to Houston again.
And
okay. So before we move on into this, Record Store Day.
Record Store Day.
420.
You had. What was it, 27 titles?
I had a list of 27 albums that I could not live without.
that were record store day
days.
exclusives.
Release only.
On 420.
And so on 420. So I got stood up by my son. And
No, he picked you up. He just didn't take you everywhere you wanted to go.
And so Jay and so Jeff and Brandon come and got me and took me. And we went rolling around. Out of the 27 titles, I was able to score 9 of them in Oklahoma City and Norman together.
Yeah.
I was also lucky enough to snab a Charlie Crockett stand-up.
Oh, wow, there is a Charlie
In
Crockett
Norman.
stand-up.
So, my hero. And so I had 9, and I was still bummed out. Said, look at these.
Here comes Charlie.
You make sure I don't drop it, Joe.
He's a $10 cowboy.
I was, still missing some, and I had a plan. So when we went to Arlington,
I think it's pretty much got a Charlie Crockett crotch shot.
when we went to Arlington, I was able to find 6 more.
Now, was this at the place you always go in Arlington?
Yes. Forever Young. I was there able to get 6 more, which brought it up to like 15. Still missing 12. And so when I went to Houston over Memorial Day weekend, I have a friend down there. He took me to some records. I said, hey, I want to go to a record store.
You talking about Carlos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, Big C, Carlos Houston, shout out. So he takes me. The night before, Jeff and I went to Twin Peaks. And there's this little area, and I think they call it the Montrose section or whatever. But the next day when he took me to this record, first off, he took me to some barbecue place. The cool things about Houston that I like, and Jeff will tell you, is we have found some really killer restaurants
Like that Italian place.
in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like on the corner of the neighborhood, it seemed like, your box stores, your Whataburgers and everything, they're on a busier street. But anyway, we took me to this barbecue place, and then he took me to this place that was right behind the Twin Peaks. It was a record store, and it was called Cactus. And
Been there for a long time, right?
50 years. This was their 50th anniversary. 50 years. And so I'm in Cactus. I'm going through these records, and I mean, they got a bunch of stuff in a small store. And I'm finding, they have a whole section of just a record store day. So not only what they have is they have all their stuff that they've had in the past few record stores in these little bins. So I was able to I had 12 more pieces to get. At that store, I was able to pick up 11 pieces of record store day that I wanted for my collection. So,
Short one.
And I'm still missing one. And
which one is that?
The one that I really want the most.
The first one I would put it on the list.
It's Tesla Reel to Reel. Volume 1.
It's a volume 1 or 2?
1 or 2.
I think volume 2.
But it came out for record store day. I mean, I found the Mr. Big there. I found the replacement there. But I also found something else there. I'm a huge Dwight Yoakam fan. And I love his albums. And to me, the album 3 Pairs is one of the best pieces it's a masterpiece. And I've always looked for that album. That was at a time when the album came out, records wasn't coming on. And basically, if you got a record, you either got it promo or very limited run or import. And so the album 3 Pairs, I've seen it on Discogs, Amazon, eBay. I've seen it for anywhere from $250 up. And I'm thinking to myself, and I'm looking around, looking at what's all on the wall. And I'll be damned if I don't see the album 3 Pairs on it. And it's got big, bold letters, $100. And I looked and I thought, is that a poster? You know, or like an album flat? And then I look back around and I tell my friend, hey, Carlos, go tell them people to get that off the wall. I want to look at it. Sure enough, it was 3 pairs for $100. I put it in my pile and seen some others, but you know, when you're on a budget, you can't just go hog wild. But I do know now, and that's one thing about going to different cities and everything. And Jeff will tell you, once we get to know the area, we find our little things and we stick to them, you know. And this record store's right in the area we know. So
now here's the funny thing about his record store budgets. You know, he says he's on a budget. Try asking him what his budget is before he goes into the store. He won't tell you.
No.
But whenever you're going out of the store, he'll go, well, and I stayed under budget. Well, how much did you spend? And he always spends a different amount of money, but it's always just under his budget. It's amazing. But he can't tell you that number before you go in.
But it's
a
just,
gliding scale.
You know, but the cool part about it is, and I'm with the guy who has no clue about records at all. You know, it's not of interest to him.
Yeah,
but,
he's not a concert guy. He's
no, he's on the phone. He's telling his friends, "Hey, he's in here buying up the store."
He probably never seen anybody spend that much money on
I'm
records
just buying
before.
what I want, you know. But then too, and Jeff will tell you, there's some stores I can't go in. I'll get there and I can't go because why? Because they've got it's not designed for any wheelchair things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and there's a lot of them that I do go in. I got to be very careful.
Well, okay. Also on 420 on Record Store Day, you went to see your other son, Austin, play. And
oh yeah,
and we were in a venue where there was stairs to get in. Then there was another set of stairs to get to where
I forgot all about
Austin
that.
was actually playing. So
yeah,
everybody in the club, including the owner, builds Max a ramp on site so he can get up there to see Austin play.
So I can see my boys play, and they were pretty good. You know, I just the
ramp builders or your son?
Huh?
I said the ramp builders or your son? But they were both good. What was the name of that place we went to?
Huh?
What was the name of that place? It's a little hole in the wall.
They call it the Venue. It's on 10th and Villa.
It's small.
It's right next to a dispensary. You could smoke in there.
But yeah, that was a hell of a step for you to get up. So they're pulling stuff out of the broom closets and stuff, and they build him a ramp to drive him up there.
You know, so
after Record Store Day, before I interrupted you, I knew that you had scored almost your entire list. So before I interrupted you, you were talking about now is just full throttle for the Baker boys because of all the Rangers, the Houston Astros.
Oh, you were getting ready to tell about going down to Houston for that first time.
The one we just did.
The floor. We did a floor bill down there, or did we do,
for that K-pop?
Or did we do Arlington first? You know, we did the K-pop.
Yeah, the Arlington was graduation. It was not a full one. It'll be a full one this week when we do Chris Stapleton.
That's the first time you were able to go to Arlington since
No, I mean,
November.
The things about the Baker boys this year and everything is, you know, yeah, I've been down. Yeah, I've been hurt. Yeah, I've been recovering. But I can't let up on what we got going. You know, I've managed to land some pretty good contracts moving forward that, you know, could put us in a more stable environment. And, you know, just been blessed that everybody's, you know, we've done, making sure that we've done the football games at the Choctaw Stadium. We did University of Texas at Arlington's graduation. We did every graduation OU done. All the high schools that the Lloyd Noble did.
Yeah, the casino down in Grant that you're doing stuff. The casino in Durant. The casino, the Lucky Star Casino.
Yeah, and you know we've been blessed to do some Lucky Star shows, and we're looking to do the rest of them. We're doing Cat Fest, and then if you go to Choctaw Casinos, Durant, Oklahoma, and look at the entertainment section of all the people coming there. I'm responsible for all those shows, making sure they get done right.
The Norman Music Festival.
Well, and that's another thing. Some of them we've done, like we built the Norman Music Festival. It didn't play, didn't happen.
How come?
But there was work involved, but leading up to that.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
No, we built
did
the
all the
stage,
work.
we built everything ready to have a day, and they called it, right? And instead of having a good time all day, we had to go and tear it down.
Because the weather. Because the weather.
Because of the weather. Weather beat us. Arts Festival. I mean, just. But what I'm getting at is
We all know it rains every year.
Oh yeah.
At the Arts Festival.
Yeah.
One graduation time.
So, but them Baker Boys and Baker Girls, they got it going on.
They make it look easy.
They got it going on, and it's what we wait for all year. We sit around, it's bum, but when the sun comes out, here we go.
Well, tomorrow we're going 30 deep.
Tomorrow we're going to Arlington 30 deep to set up the first stadium show with it's Chris Stapleton, Sedacian Trucks, and Marcus King.
Tedeschi.
Susan Tedeschi. And then you've got Michael going over to do another.
Well, we're going to be doing some celebration in College Station, Texas, this week. We don't really know because basically what happens is I'm given this dates. This is it. When you're doing high-end events for this company I work for in Texas,
don't tell you.
You never know who it's going to be until you're there because they don't want you to know.
Right.
Private affairs. We've been lucky to do, we've done some pretty cool things already, but it's, we're gearing up for 4th of July. And
the 4th of July is always crazy.
So, but another thing that has been special to me is, and almost didn't go, after I got back from Houston, man, I got ill. I got sick. Something wasn't right.
Got food poisoning.
And I think I got food poisoning. But I had these tickets that I'd forgotten about just because life has been a blur. And it was to Robert Plant and Alison Krauss
at the Canes
on the 100th birthday at the Canes.
Also, the first night of the tour.
And the first night of the tour, you're so right. Which that's been home to the first night of many tours for him. But up until the morning of, I didn't know if I wanted to go or what. But I knew this: we would go. Myself having worked with Robert Plant, driving him, I just didn't think that I could not go. I have to go for my perspective of being part of it. Plus I love Canes Ballroom. Love it.
Plus the tickets were $120 a piece.
And so, the other part about it was...
And sold out fast.
Oh, yeah. It's been sold out.
It's sold out. And so we're outside, and I ended up having 2 tickets. And
just you and I went.
Yeah, just me and Jeff went. And it's like... Because literally, like I said, I didn't know if I was going to go or not. I took enough medicine. I'll try it. So... and plus, being in there in a wheelchair, you're going to get pushed to the back or whatever because it's every man for himself in there. And so I ended up, there were people walking up down the street trying to sell a ticket. I sell one ticket to this kid for undervalue just to know that the fact of the matter is he's going to get to see the show. And so we're getting ready to go in, and this lady is standing outside and says, "You looking for a ticket? You trying to go to the show?" She said, "Yeah, I need a ticket." And I said, "Well, good. You can have one on me.
Today's your lucky day.
Today's your lucky day. You can go to the show on me." And she, "Is this real?"
She thought it was some sort of counterfeit ticket.
and so, but you know what? wherever the girl is, I was glad I could spread that joy.
Sure.
I was glad, you know what? For the moment I was there, I didn't feel the sickness that I felt or anything. I knew after we were done coming home, I was going to have to go to the doctor. But the cool part about it is we find a place in there to park the chair and watch. And out of nowhere comes a security guard and says, if you go over to the other side, there's an area up front that you can sit in. I thought he was bullshit.
Because, usually you don't do that.
So we went over there, and it's something that they've done now. They accommodate people off to one side, like go in the bathroom with chairs.
Wow.
So I don't know how long Chad and Hunter have been doing that, but it's a cool thing.
Yeah, you can't see the whole stage, but you can see enough of it.
Nobody's standing in front of you blocking your view.
Right.
And then we see Gary. Gary had flown in from Colorado to see the show. Gary Thomas.
Oh, yeah. Gary was there.
Flew in just to see the show and fly out. Who else
Make sure his account was good.
Saw Vernon Gowdy there.
Nice.
You know, that
Hunter was working the box office.
Yeah, Hunter was working the box office, and he said, hey, if y'all are going in, don't go down there. Come back in here, and I'll let you in. You know, we went in the way you're supposed to.
We saw Brad.
Nice. I bet it was all hands on deck. That's for sure.
You know, we saw
that place was packed.
Saw Vernon Gowdy. You know, I just know. But here's my thing: I'd forgotten all about it. I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. Little did I know it'd make national news.
Yeah, huge deal.
And it was the start of the tour.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he calls me and he says, hey, so do you know what's happening? Happening where? In Tulsa. When? Sunday. I have no idea. Well, just guess. Guess who's playing? I'm like, I have no idea. He goes, you don't know? You have no idea? I'm like, no, I don't. It's Robert Plant and Allison Crown. I'm like, what? They're like, what? Like tomorrow? Yeah, we're going. I have 4 tickets. I'm like, you haven't said anything about that. I forgot.
I did.
I'm like, what other tickets do you have that you've forgotten about?
So,
who else did you go up there? You went up there and saw Saxon too, didn't you?
Huh?
Didn't you go up there and see? Did you go see Saxon? Who did you go?
No, I went to see Armored Saint.
Armored Saint. That's right.
I went. Not only did I see Armored Saint, I met Armored Saint.
Who'd you go up there with?
Brad White. We went on a little excursion.
You and Brad took a road trip.
It was, you know,
did you go in his Corvette or did you have to take your truck?
Huh?
Did you go in his Corvette or? Did you
we went in my truck. But
strap the chair on the top.
You know, we met him. We met him. I got to talk to him. You know, they remembered, and it was wild. We did this meet and greet, and then they didn't come on for like 5 hours later. So Brad had to go. We went to Jamil's Steakhouse.
There you go.
Still legit?
Oh my God, was that? You know it's legit when you have a guy in there who's as old as the building waiting on you. You know, I said, how long you been here, sir? He said, a long time.
He was that old.
But, you know, just tripping around, going around with people.
Where did they play?
Shrine.
They played at
the Shrine.
The Shrine?
18th
yeah,
and
the
Boston.
Shrine.
Oh wow!
And that's a pretty cool rock room.
Cool venue, man. My old band played that room when it was called the Venue.
The venue.
And it was a couple of different things in between. But Donnie Rich has it again, who had it back then, and he does awesome shows. And he really gives back to the community too.
The walls with all the posters of the bands that played there was pretty astonishing.
Dude, Blue October used to play in there all the time.
Wow.
You know, we tried to go over there to that restaurant we ate at.
Delisandro's.
It was closed, so we went to that. I didn't know that bar was a tequila bar, and very high end.
The one on the corner.
Yeah, that one up there next to that one.
Is that
Yep.
Is a high end tequila bar, and their Mexican food was. I mean, I couldn't understand the wording of it. You know, it didn't say tacos. It said real fancy wording.
Tacos El Carbon?
Some of your Southside friends would not be pleased with you, Max.
Not at all.
Okay, so what shows are you looking forward to going to? Jeff was talking about some of those dates being like goals.
Well, I
for
mean,
you.
here's the thing. I'm holding tickets for the Rolling Stones at Denver, Colorado.
That was going to be the next big one.
That was the next big one on June 20th. I also have Ryan Bingham tickets at Red Rocks in the middle of June. But the crazy part about those 2 dates is I have something really, an opportunity going on.
Business opportunity.
Business opportunity. And,
it's big.
the other part about it is I'm not comfortable enough to leave and go have fun and worry about this. I have to do my job. I have
it's too big a deal. It's too big a deal.
So those two are iffy right now. But I got 2 that I will make that I hold tickets for. The Rolling Stones, June 20th in Denver. Also have on my eyes L.A. and San Francisco. I had San Francisco on. This is the last one. And, the cool part about it, I saw the first one.
What about Branson?
Well, that's what I'm going to talk about. So
that was part of the tour.
Branson comes up, and it's going to be the last show in America. So what did I do? I got me 4 tickets, and I'm going to see I've heard a lot of war stories up there, a lot of nightmares about parking, traffic. Hey, whatever. If I got a seat in my car, I don't care.
It looks like a beautiful venue.
I mean, it's on that lake, Table Rock Lake.
Which is a huge,
I mean, think about
lake.
it, to see the Stones at the lake.
It's right there by Branson, Missouri.
I mean, 15 minutes from Branson.
It's the guy that owns Bass Pro, right?
Yeah. And
His place.
And how he got the Stones, just like how Robert Kraft does at the New England. He got money, but he was Chuck Leavell's fishing buddy. And I guarantee you the Stones are going to have a heyday there, probably fishing. The one thing about these kind of bands, same way with Hank Jr., they don't play those venues because they want to or the money. There's something else attached to it, to why they want to go there.
An experience.
Right.
They've had fun in that town. But I mean, think about it. 2024, last day of the United States tour, July 21st, the Rolling Stones in Missouri. Missouri.
In the Ozarks. Beautiful country.
In the Ozarks.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, they're going to play more. I know they are. They're going to play, they drop. They're going to make music. They're talking about new album. What this record has done, just like I look at it with my healing, it inspires you.
To go do another one.
And, inspires you to never quit. And so the other one, though, is in August. And it's in the town of Austin, Texas. And when I saw this lineup, it freaked me out. But I have tickets to the original Misfits with Glenn Danzig singing, and Jerry Only and Doyle. Opening, though, is ST for Life, Suicidal, with Texas' own Reverend Horton Heat, psychedelic punk at its finest, and Agnostic Front on a Saturday night in Austin, Texas. I'm sure me and 3 of my closest friends will be getting in the pit. But
you haven't got in the pit in a long time.
Then the other things I'm holding are tickets to
2 Charlie Crockett's?
Huh?
Aren't you holding tickets for 2 Charlie Crockett's?
3.
3 Charlie Crockett's.
3 Charlie Crockett's and 3 meet and greets. Canes, I got the meet and greet, but I don't got a ticket. I think that won't be a problem.
We'll have to call Hunter.
I got tickets to Oklahoma City, and I got front row to Red Rocks where he's performing with
who? With who?
Tanya Tucker and Junior Brown.
Oh,
How about that? At Red Rocks.
Gotta get a highway patrol.
now I got me a
But,
job.
you know,
And then Dina's got Ryan Bingham coming. Because he canceled the show.
Yes and no.
I know.
They put I can't talk about things like that.
Oh.
But what she does have, she got a Jane's Addiction date.
that date's going to be huge, bro.
She's got
Two junior dates, right?
Who else is on that Jane's Addiction show?
it's Love and Rockets.
Love and Rockets.
It'll be
man.
killer.
Wow.
Joe Bonamassa,
Yeah.
All American Rejects, which I think will be cool.
Who else? He's putting someone in there that's
The what's A Day to Remember?
That'll be big.
And Doobie Brothers, Robert Cray.
Man, is that with Michael McDonald?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think so. Minute by minute, hour by hour.
You keep forgetting.
Just who else? Some pretty big Latino shows.
There was some stuff in
Very diverse.
There's some stuff in August or September that we wanted to see. I can't remember what it was.
What?
There's some stuff in August and September.
Five Finger Death Punch. Marilyn Manson. Slaughter to Prevail. Also,
I'd like to see Slaughter to Prevail.
me too. What's that other one?
I want to go
Bush, Jerry Cantrell, and Candlebox.
I want to go see the Reformed Power Trip in Dallas.
Yes. Deep Purple. She got a Deep Purple date. The Reformed Power Trip would be interesting.
I'd like to see it.
And what shows are we doing in the ballparks this year? Doing Pink again, right? Or the Pink ones that got canceled.
You're doing Chris Stapleton, Tedeschi and Trunks, and Marcus King. You're also another one of them K-pop bands in July. August, Green Day, Smashing Pumpkins, and Rancid.
Mm-hmm. And then there's
two Def Leppard, Journey, Steve Miller dates. One in Houston, one in Arlington. Another Chris Stapleton date in Houston. Kane Brown, Cody Johnson, and Pink. All in Arlington.
It's pretty big summer.
It is.
Pretty big summer.
Well, also, I mean, we're going back to Sioux City.
Oh, yeah?
We'll be doing, what's that guy's name? The Pumpkins are up there. Solo. What's this guy? Young Gravy or you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. White rapper. Mm-hmm. He's going there. And there's one other one. I don't forget the name. Just all kinds of stuff.
Oh, and didn't you just book one at the lake, or can you talk about that?
The what?
Didn't you just book one at Lake Texoma?
Yes, I did. So on August 31st in beautiful Lake Texoma, I think that some marina, Catfish Bay.
Catfish Bay Marina.
We're going to be having a throwdown. And what I mean by that is the Texas Hippie Coalition will be playing August 31st at Lake Texoma. If you like to hang out and party down, this will be the place to be. It just got confirmed. And I'm hoping to do other things there as well.
It's going to be a busy summer.
Going to be a busy summer.
For sure.
Well, that is where we will end this episode of the
Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated.
The Here's the Deal podcast, the Max Baker Jr. story.
The Here's the Deal podcast, Sponsored by MedCards Made Easy and the Fabulous Baker Boys. Hosted by Jay Ramone and Max Baker Jr. Produced, engineered, and fact-checked by Josh Lupton and Jeff Browning. Subscribe to the Here's the Deal podcast wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.